wanted to talk around the brand new 1000 point op tank and my very first game in it. That follows this clip. It's not much of the clip because I was too busy, but it is the best half. So I just wanted to talk around the tank. It's got, in my opinion, great mobility, good gun, amazing gun depression, but we'll talk through that in a second. Looks really nice in the with the American camos on it. I chose to go with the Poppy from Britain, unless we forget, because that's our motto over here, probably everywhere around the world. So yeah, I really enjoy it. It's quite good. It's got heat as a premium as well. So the engine's in the back with the 15% chance of fire. That's why with my crew I'm going to run Coca-Cola. You still make money in a premium tank running food, and it just improves everything about the tank. The gun, there you go, gun depression 9 degrees, aiming time 2.3, which is really good, increased with vents and the food. I did have a deliberation about the options for my equipment, but we'll go through that in a minute. The tank traverse is not too bad. It's not great, it's way better than the Super Pershing though. The turret turns relatively quickly, so you're not going to get outflanked too easily. You know, if you turn your body and that at the same time. There's the radio for everybody that wants to hear the screams. 745 meter range of sending back to artillery. Your ammunition stowages are there. We'll talk about the penetrations in a minute, but they're really 173 average, 240 average damage. And you've got 4 crew members who sit in those positions in the tank, so you have got a relatively good tank trainer on this one. So the armor, the tracks is about 20 millimeters. You can angle it well and still bounce some shots on the sides. Now the most interesting part about this tank is obviously when it's hull down, the lower plate is pathetic, so forget it. But the upper plate, when it's hull down and the using the maximum 9 degrees of gun depression, that upper plate is amazing. Those turret cheeks will be small. Now we have a gun mantlet that has spaced armor, so the gun mantlet is fairly large, and so it's not an easy auto pen. I mean, if you catch the edges of it, then yes, maybe you go through. If you hit the center of the gun, then yes, you may be going through. So here we go with the stats of the gun. So 173 standard pen, 240 average damage. The heat increases to 256 pen, and you get 320 damage for 45 penetration on your explosives, and you get 0.36 accuracy, which at tier 8 medium tank is pretty decent. So I went with vents and gun rammer, and I was deliberating whether to take the stabilizers off because of that great aiming time and put on some optics, but the view range is 390. So with situational awareness, vents, recon and food, you are gonna have the maximum view range anyway. So that's my little look around the tank, and so let's go and have a look at that small portion of the game, and I'll talk through what had happened before the clip starts as we go along. So first of all, I wanted to use the maximum 9 degrees of gun depression, so I never ever go right out of the spawn and up the hill, but I had, and it was good because we took out the VKD, we took out the CDC, we took out the Liberty, and we set him on fire. That's why you see so many penetrations. Now this AT-15 had been giving me a ball ache, but now knowing that I was going to get him in the backside, I switched from the heat rounds back to standards because we couldn't pen him from the front, and I was really trying from up above, so it was giving me a pain in the bottom. So now that we destroyed all of the tanks that were in front of him, and the OHO, which you'll find later on, backed off because I started to pen him in the front. Okay, now, so standard ammunition, sides of the AT-15, we get a lovely penetration into his ammo rack. We get that shot absorbed in our tracks. Then I managed to get a 3-bar connection on turning the tank up here. I actually wanted to go left, and my tank mysteriously turned itself right, but hey, you know, whatever. So we get the 100, sorry. It was really nice matchmaking, to be honest, for my first game in it. I was so You know, it was almost like, yeah, go and enjoy yourself in the tank. You just took for 4 days, 5 days, what is it? A week, nearly a week to earn. There you go, since last Friday. So I tell the others, go defend the base. I'm going to flank behind. I know the OHO. The 2 light tanks up ahead did a great job. Really were sterling players. So they know that I'm going to come back through, as they'll see on their maps. I'm going to come up behind the OHO. The 1375 got killed by my assisted damage from the view range, and I didn't get spotted when he was found. So with the, like I say, with good crew skills, this thing will out view range small tanks, light tanks, who are not well equipped or don't have a great crew. And let's face it, when you get to tier 7, do you have a fantastic crew? More than likely no. And now I just want to point out, I do fire a lot of heat. I've got Coca-Cola. I'm not going to make 180,000 silver in this game, but it was something that I just wanted to try out, this tank. So we can now use that dead tank as a meat shield. Now this OHO, wow, these things are crazy armoured, man. They really are annoying. So we force him out of his whatever it was position. So 173 pen is not enough to get through those machine gun ports, just to let you know, okay? So he is what I had to go with. Now he's going to rush me, and that's a really bad idea for an OHO to rush me. Reason being, over the front of his tank, no gun depression. Now he is going to pen me, alright? And I can't get through those goddamn machine gun ports. It's really annoying. So thankfully, oh thankfully, that tank over there does make it easier for me. We can get into his side now, and we're out of standard rounds, so we have to get to this tank side. What can I do? But he can't shoot me now, I'm so close, and he definitely cannot shoot me over the side. Phew, thank God for that. So we managed to take him out. It's a first class, been my first game, so I'm quite happy with that. I still made 34,821, fired 7 heat rounds, used Coca-Cola, got a high caliber. Yeah, I like this tank. It's worth it. It was worth the 1,000 points. Go for it. And you get a good op with it too.